sucked this one down quick today, aka powders. Yeah, been on a little bit more of a absolute beast mode work run. I only define my work modes as beast mode when I it's like a cross-platform observation. I'm recording, publishing consistently here. I'm doing everything with the podcast. I'm watching everything streaming, all my movies, returning messages, comments, the 9 to 5. I'm ahead of that, and then friends and family, where all of that is working in harmony. It's a beast mode. So previously on this channel, I'm hoping these are in order. I tried to do this giant 2 long box unboxing, and I failed miserably at it. I'm going to hopefully by the time you guys see this video, something that I pioneered on this very channel. We call it unbagging. Because we don't need bags and boards for Rob Liefeld's Extreme Studios Newman. But hopefully by the time you guys watch this, you have seen this in that long box, long haul video. It was very frustrating. So I just want to hang out with you guys and look at a lot of these together for the first time. Because here's the wild thing. I often refer, and this is Girth here. He's one of my favorite Extreme Studios villains. So is Exit too. I love Exits. Exits, we would compare Exit to, the not just Extreme Studios, but the Image, the early Image era. This is their Nightcrawler. Exit, Nightcrawler kind of have similar powers, but something very interesting happens with the character. And who do we have here? We have Jeff Matsuda on here. So when does Todd Nuck come on board? Because so Jeff Matsuda, we can kind of argue this might be what I call the house years here. Jeff Matsuda, penciler and plot. Jeff Matsuda, he was so productive, he worked so quick for Rob Liefeld that, oh my, look at this Ripclaw. That I might have to do this for Top Cow Tuesday. I didn't realize he drew Ripclaw to this level in here. Jeff Matsuda used only a few months at Extreme Studios to buy a house. Rob Liefeld had they had like a college house in California. A lot of the younger Extreme kids, we'll call it, lived there. Jeff Matsuda, you can tell, probably wasn't interested in partying, drinking, drugs. A lot of these other stories we hear of. Who did this? Ben Hera. This is like a nod to the later style, the Chris Bruce style that we get. We'll see that here. Next issue poster, Todd Nuck. But Jeff Matsuda wasn't. Oh yeah, look, and so Ripclaw's in 2 solid issues of New Men. We gotta do this for Top Cow Tuesday. So guys, be on the lookout. I'm adding these to Top Cow Tuesday. But yeah, Matsuda didn't want to party with the guys. He bought a house. And Rob Liefeld tells a story on Robservations where all of a sudden Jeff Matsuda wasn't living with the guys anymore at the Extreme Studios provided house. He ran off. I mean, and I just want to say consistently, maybe like Jeff Matsuda could clearly draw on the page. I mean, maybe some of his storytelling, not 1,000%, but he did the work. Oh, nice Earthworm Jim reference there. Here we go. What do we have here? Issue 8, New Blood, Part 1. Okay, so issue 8 is Todd Nuck's entry. I always called Todd Nuck the workhorse, because in my view, he's the one that was just consistent with everything he touched. I'm adjusting that observation just by this, because I never, like, I've read chunks of Newman. I never, like, here's what this is, Proctor, Pilot. I think this is Pilot. Like, Newman was really good with, or that's Pilot, and that's Proctor. I'm forgetting some of their names. Newman was always good with, excuse me, shifting. They shifted the status quo enough for a teen superhero book while adding new members. And we can even see on this here, on this cover. I mean, we're dealing with babies, but this is Extreme Sacrifice, right? And this is the Antichrist, right? But not really, right? The child grows up to fight Chapel. See, this is, yeah, like, these are the issues I know I've read. I know I've read Newman, Extreme Sacrifice, but see, I never read the Aftermath. So we have the Aftermath with issue 10. These were like a little bit of a deal. They came polybagged with trading cards, and the backs of the trading cards were a puzzle piece of Chap Yap. It was a Chap Yap puzzle, and it was really well done. But I think, oh, and this is bagged too. Why is this bagged? There's nothing in here. Well, okay, I guess the Aftermath will continue to be a mystery. Issue 11, again, bagged. Why is issue 11 bagged? We got 2 bags. I may have issue 11. Okay, I'm going to have to hit the library and check that. Okay, well, that's a surprise. So what do we have here? 13 with a Arthur Adams cover. All of the amazing Kirby Crackle. I mean, look at Pilot's pose here. If that guy's name is Pilot. Pilot. That's Pilot. Oh, and Proctor. Guys, I was right. Give me some props. Look at the green goo. And we still got Mr. Nuck. So Extreme Studios pretty much on the bat of consistent guys that showed up. It was like, I know there was Marat Michaels and Dane Fraga before, but to me they were they hovered around Liefeld. I always say, like, I think Liefeld held back Fraga, held back Marat Michaels, really to like a depressing way. Like a orbiting way. Like, they orbited him and he shut them down. But Todd Nuck moved on did really good work at DC. Chap Yap completely left, never came back. Jeff Matsuda completely left, never really came back. And this is after they leave comics. Check out the movement of this issue. I love how there's just pages of them upside down talking. That's so freaking cool. Nice design here for this guy. What's his name? I don't know. We'll find out, because we will read these. Girth back. Girth is almost like the reoccurring villain, and Girth too has some Bad Rock fights him for Bad Rock and Co. Here, Colin. Here's how you draw Exit. Very cool. And we know Jeff Matsuda too from it might have been Wizard issue 5 or 6, that letter column. Here we go. Pin-up page. What do we have? We have issue 14, Dominion Part 2 of 4. AKAPADers, I wish I could speak on this. But he's like he later went on for and this one has Wildstar in it. Oh, Wildstar is on the cover. Didn't even know. When you feature another guy's character and they're happy enough and gracious enough to give it to you, that character needs to be in the forefront. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no mention of it. That's some buffoonery. Kyber. Real name unknown. Wow, look at him though. I mean, but see, like there is an energy when it comes to reading this stuff month to month, and at this time, see, to show you guys a little bit the momentum we have for this channel, we're eventually going to showcase how these books were able to compete with X-Men, because that was like the big question back then, and what Newman was doing versus the books you would measure it against. Here's the wild thing. Unfairly, you have a new company, like you're a year in, you have teenagers like all around working on this, and it's meant to compete with Marvel's flagship title that they flood all their money and institutional knowledge into. I don't view that as 100% fair comparison. Here we go. Issue 17 is already previewing. We got Girth coming. I do like the Girth character. I think Girth is one of their best villains. But, again, Todd Nook being the workhorse. Look at that Kodiak. Nice. Dominion. I like the character profiles for the last page. Did you guys notice too how we're filling up the entire book? I mean, what's Todd Nook's page count here? This is such a targeted effort. We only have one ad. The inside is used as a recap. Does the right thing with telling us who all the characters are, and then the backs are. This is innovative. Right, like they're using some of the well, not here. Where's the Kyber one? Right here. Like really. That's innovative. Issue 16 is of note. This is why we do unbaggings only here at AKAPAD. Issue 17. 17 is one of the issues I always had floating around the original collection. So what happens here? Do we have... I never knew and I never found out. And isn't it wild? I just accepted it. I was never curious enough. So what happens is that Exit, he warps into a dimension that transforms him. And he becomes like Dark Exit. There we go. Nice. Yeah. This shot here, this sequence, very huge for me. Like this shot here. This is one of the most. I had a comic book in high school, and I copied this shot for that. It's such an interesting shot. I mean, I might just scan that in, do a write up. Do a write up for the website. Do a little article. Like, and then Bird kind of goes crazy. BYRD. And we're not done with transforming this title. Again, they're doing a great job. You know how many indie books would be 100 times better? Not saying that they're going to fully transform the book. But this communicates everything that the audience needs. There's so many indie books that don't even go that far. So, Girth is dead. They kill Girth. Wow, okay. Seems like that they kill Girth. So we have a different page quality here. Now we're dealing with almost like a matted newsprint. And the coloring looks a little bit quick. And then we're gearing up for Extreme Destroyer. This too, in my view, was rushed by Liefeld, but it works. These are some of his better female faces, solid coloring. And then we're already hyping New Force with no exit. And look, we have the Angry Bird. I'm not even sure who that is. So issue 19. So Extreme Destroyer happens. Oh, that's a cool looking guy. Nice coloring for this page. This book looks like it moves. So look, Todd Nuck with the close-up eating. If a character is eating something, Todd Nuck will give you a close-up of it. So does Garth die? Okay, so he's in the hospital in this issue. This is, yeah, so we're full-on Extreme Destroyer here. See? Exit becomes like Dark Exit. It's very interesting. Like Bird becomes aggressive and evil. Look, now we're on sale. This is how productive Extreme Studios was. For as much flack as Extreme Studios got for being late, they were consistent on all the other fronts. Yeah, and this is the Baywatch. So the Baywatch Extreme Studios themed crossover was such a cool idea. I thought it was awesome. Look at Todd Nuck draw the Extreme Destroyer. This is fantastic. AKA the Shepherd. Right here, the Shepherd. You want to say, look, and oh my God, and rain just blows him away. Say, oh, and this is the last issue. So we go to New Force 1. Or do we? New Force 1 from the pages of Extreme Destroyer. But then we have New Men here. Right? This is like the different lineup. And this soon becomes Maximum Press. This is the last issue of... Yeah, we have, look, Eric Stevenson, Chris Bruce, who's fantastic. And this is where, you give credit to Team Liefeld for having a good eye, getting people involved. Spruce becomes integral in Alan Moore's Supreme pull-out poster. That's what she said. Here we go. We're dealing now with more of the newsprint, the colored newsprint print style here. Yeah, Bionics, #1. That doesn't come out. Cabot, Blood Hunter. Rick Veitch. This only gets one issue. And then it's, yeah, all systems are go for Heroes Reborn. So what I have to look up New Force. Anyone that knows what happened with New Force, let me know in the comments. Because look, we have Incredible Hulk, Avengers on the back here. I mean, Chris Bruce is just on a whole other level. I mean, you can see he gives the story breath. Like, there's just, I mean, just looking at these and then looking at the Todd Nuck work, two drastically different styles. And you want to say the success art direction. The successful art direction would be like Todd Nuck's like cartoony flavor with Chris Bruce's storytelling instincts. Because we want to say too, there's an opportunity. Look, we have this letter here. I don't know, really cool. They're great with the process stuff all of a sudden here. Yeah, so some of this though is, like finding that medium because I think this is a little too adult, and maybe they're pushing the book in more of a. I mean, we have like Pilot here, just looking normal guy with a face tattoo, with like probably glowing power eyes, right? This looks like Lance Henriksen. Doesn't that look like Lance Henriksen? Bishop. I mean, but on a 1-to-1 scale, this 100% competes with everything Marvel and DC are doing. Bootleg, Dash, Charade, Pilot, Kodiak, Sundance, Rain. I mean, really, like a complete overhaul of the book, like in series. And then we have New Man. And then this is a part of Extreme Destroyer, so we have another trading card, but this is the trading card game. Manny Clark did the cover for that. That's back. So wow, like 3 polybags. I don't mind like polybag. They should really bring back polybags with good comic book goodies. And this is oh yeah, Michael Lin Chang. And I am not familiar with this. Wow, full on Top Cow ad. Like a full on Top Cow ad. This must be an error. That must be an error. There's no reason why Top Cow would be in the middle of an Extreme Studios book. We have Mr. Majestic here. So we're crossing New Man over. Here's with Ladytron. He's with the Wildcats here, Code Red. So this is Wildcats version 2, technically version 3. But if we go by the book titles, isn't that weird? And Devin. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Devin. Devlin. Interesting stuff. Guys, very eye-opening here. You saw some of my suppositions, some of my ideas change just through this. And only on this channel, Unbagging. Let's go. Love you guys. Rock and roll.